Hey y'all, welcome back to the ranch. I'm Jared Paul, and today we find ourselves in winter in Northwest Connecticut, and I've got all of my trees that need to be winterized indoors in the garage, all set up on a nice little shag carpeting for the winter. But last year I got attacked hardcore by rodents, assuming mice, and they girdled a whole bunch of my Japanese maples, Trident maples, and Japanese alcovas. So not fun. Those trees are 5 to 6 years old, a very small portion survived. If you haven't caught my broski Collins at Boston Bonsai Idiots video on some of the same, he had a horrible year for rodents girdling his trees as well. So if you're in the northeast of the United States, I'm in the northwest of Connecticut, northeast of the United States, you're going to want to watch this episode. So rodent control, that's what's coming up on today's episode of Jarhead Bonsai. All right, so here we go in the second bay of the garage. Instead of parking in here for the winter, I decided to protect the trees. So I got this really thick shag carpeting to protect the roots from the cold concrete over winter. And you see my trees are sitting in here in what we would call in the Marine Corps a total clusterfuck. So what I'm going to do is reorganize. I'm going to get the rest of, there's some spruce over there. I'm going to do like a border of spruce and thuja and pines and other species that didn't seem to be bothered whatsoever by mice. And I'll do a little border with them around the outside and then concentrate the most sensitive ones in the middle. And what I've been using are apparently popular because they're getting nibbled on, but the trees haven't been. I don't know, Laura gave me these. They're supposed to go in some sort of a trap. I just had a ton of the green things, so I surrounded everything for the meantime, and now we'll get organized. But we got this, so this is 30 feet of steel wool in like a roll. So I don't know how big the rolls are. It's like there may be like 3 or 4 in there. So my intention is to surround the trunks of the trees that were attacked last year and then the like species or anything even remotely close to it, and we'll get them protected from there. So let me get this reorganized and then I'll show you what I'm going to do. All right, so here's the rest of the trees I'm going to bring in. Assuming these white spruce would be fine, but if nothing else, it'll give more of a border and hug more together, provide a little bit of extra protection from the cold and stuff over winter. Then I guess there's a couple of silver birch still out here. Rose of Sharon, they'll be fine. Yep, so I'll get those in and we'll get organized. So just to show you one of the survivors, this is a Trident Maple. You see how rough that mouse was on it. Went the entire way around last year. It kind of created something cool. So I don't know, I think this is totally dead actually. So it didn't go all the way around, maybe left that little bit, and this guy kicked off a whole bunch of new growth. So it definitely did not grow as strong as it once did, this being its 6-year growth, but it did survive. So I'm gonna keep at it, working my evergreens and like Rose of Sharon around the outside, and then I'll maple it up in the middle and get these all wrapped up. All right, so finally some of what I'm talking about. So when I've got big forest plantings like this, I'm not just gonna wrap around each trunk. That would just be way too annoying. So I'm doing a couple at a time, wrap around both trunks, combining. These ones I kind of weaved around a bit, and I'm just gonna continue on. So where I am going to have an issue are these 40 plus Japanese maple seedlings that you see in there. Some of the lower ones are the ones that they topped off last year. So maybe I'll just wrap the whole forest from the outside and hope for the best. Yeah, anybody needs some spruce or pine cones? I have a surplus. All right, y'all, so here we go. I'm gonna close it in finally with another layer of trees, but then that's gonna be it. So I've got them nice and hunkered down in there. Roots protected for the winter. Hopefully base of the trunks on my sweet to mice trees protected for the winter. I've got a whole lot of repotting, not just because I crack pots, to do this March. So take a look, y'all. This is gonna be all you're gonna see these guys until February, late February, early March. So wish me luck, and I wish y'all luck out there. If you're winterizing your trees for the first time, you can never be too careful. Take that extra moment, because you could go to get your trees out of dormancy one spring and find that the majority have been eaten. So hopefully learn from my lesson, and from my family to yours, cheers.